Hi everyone, thank you so much for purchasing our Boxwood needle felting kit. This is probably the easiest beginner needle felting kit that you will ever find. I was super excited whenever I thought of this. In your kit you will find a few things. You'll find a foam pad, it might be a different color. You'll find 2 needles. Here's what one of them look like. Be careful, these are sharp, not intended for young children. You will find a few different color of wool. You'll find white or natural, green, and brown. Aside from the wool and your needle and foam pad, you will also find a skewer. I try to include a couple of these in case they break in transit. And you will also have a little mini terracotta pot. We ready to get started? Great. A few things to keep in mind when you are needle felting. You want to poke down, not on an angle. You also want to felt on a flat surface, not on your lap. So just a couple things to keep in mind there. We're going to get our natural colored wool and kind of roll it into a little ball. Once you roll it, if you want it to stick a little bit better, you could actually roll it kind of like you would do a little bit of fluff in there that I didn't want. Like you would do silly putty or Play-Doh, how you roll it in your hands like clay. So I'm gonna roll that for a second. Just helps it stick a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start poking. Notice how I am not poking where my fingers are. I'm not poking on my lap. You're gonna poke on all sides to give this a 3D shape. You can always add more wool, but you can't take wool away once it's felted on there. So it's better to start off with less than to start off with too much. What we're doing here is we're making one of the little balls that will become our boxwood tree. So I'm going to keep turning this and poking on all directions. Careful with your fingers, it hurts to get stabbed. Alrighty, so I have a little ball here. I'm going to roll it between my hands again. Back up so you can see this a little bit better. Just kind of rolling it to make sure I'm getting this little round shape. And if you can do that, then you can do this kit, because all this kit is making pretty much 3 of these. This is going to be my top one. I want it to be a little bit firmer because I'm able to squish this a little bit more than I would like. So I'm going to add some more wool to it. To add more wool, you just wrap it and poke. As you poke, the needle will make the wool stick together. I think it's pretty amazing. When you have it to the size that you want, you are going to cover it with the green wool and poke on all sides again. You repeat that same process that you've seen me do making this little ball. Also, you notice that it was a little bit stuck there onto the foam pad. You want to move it from time to time so it doesn't get stuck. I use natural colored wool instead of just green to kind of save my dyed wool because I don't have a ton of it. Alrighty, so this is going to be the top little ball for my my boxwood tree. Again, I'm going to cover this with green. I don't quite need this much. I'm going to cover it. If you have too much, you just gently pull. Don't cut it with a scissor because then you'll get some really blunt ends. You just gently pull until you have a nice amount and you poke on all sides. Now, to save time, so this video isn't super long, I have one that I've already done. So here I have my the two balls for my boxwood tree. Now all I have to do is the base. The base is the same general idea. You're gonna make a ball. I'm going to stuff it into the terracotta pot so I know about what size I want. Now, let's get that little bit of foam out. This is too small. I need it to take up more room. So I'm gonna get more wool. Quite a bit of wool actually, because I want it to fill up the terracotta pot. And I'm going to begin felting this together. Again, I'm felting this on all sides. And my goal is that this will be enough to hold down my my little plant. I'm felting gently into here because it's compact enough now that I won't break my needle. So as you can see, I still need more. I'm going to fill up the remaining amount with brown. And I will use this brown for my dirt. I can use this one actually because I think this is the one that comes with the kit. So all I'm doing is poking it in there. You can do this on your foam pad. It would probably be easier. I'm doing it on here to save myself a little bit of time, so this movie isn't super long. Again, I used the white natural color instead of brown to fill up this whole terracotta pot because I did not want to waste brown. And as you can see, it shrinks quite a bit. And I'm going to add some more because I like my terracotta pot to be pretty full. Kind of how I imagine it would look if it was a tree. And that's what happens when you poke yourself. It hurts. Again, you can definitely do this on the foam pad. Alright, I think that looks pretty nice. Now, I'm going to take it out of here. I'm just going to grab it and pinch. Looks kind of like an acorn. You can see how the brown is kind of like roots. It's kind of poking through. That's from the poking, from all the felting. That's how it works. We have one last step and then we are done. We want to put our tree together. Again, realize that you can poke this more if you want this to look more felted, however you want this to look. I'm happy with how mine looks like this. I think that looks like dirt. So we're gonna get our skewer stick. Time to put our tree together. You're gonna get the pointy end and you're kind of gonna turn it pointy end down. You're gonna twist it into your tree. I'm going to dart from the bottom up. So I am just twisting this, and as I twist it, it is piercing through. You can see it coming through on the other side. All I'm doing is twisting it, and I'm going to twist it all the way to the bottom because this is going to sit just like that in my stick. So now I have the pointed edge and I have the shish kebab on one side. With this we have a little more room to see. I'm going to now get the larger of the two walls And repeat the same process, twisting until it pops through. And now I'm going to push it about there. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the last ball, which is the smaller one. Twisting. I don't want this one to pierce through because I don't want us to be able to see the shish kebab stick. So feel free to move these however you'd like to position them. And then, ta-da! Stick it into your little terracotta pot and you are done. You have a super cute boxwood tree. Turn this on all the sides so you can see it. Mine's a little bit lopsided here.